Jonah says, man, when God shows up, everything changes. And so he gets rescued, and as he's being rescued, I think his perspective is starting to shape the whole story of what happened, right? He says, those who cling to worthless idols in verse 8, those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. He's like, don't do what I did. God wanted me to do it, and I didn't want to do it, so I ran away. Don't do what I did. I held on to something that I should have let go of. For Jonah, this idol that he's talking about is national identity, right? He was more concerned about his people. He didn't want his enemies to receive the grace of God, and he knew it was very possible. He couldn't handle that, and so that was an idol to him. He didn't want to do what God wanted him to do, and so selfishness was an idol to him. Now, when we think of idols, we think of little, statues that are on a shelf, but an idol can come in many forms. An idol can be an idea for us. It can be a person. It can be an item. An idol is anything that we love more than God. It's something that draws our affection more, something that captures our attention more. And that's why God wants our attention. He's like, don't cling to those. Don't hold on to idols, because when your faith hits a crisis, you're going to find out that those idols are 100% impotent. But God is all powerful. And Jonah's like, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Instead, with shouts of grateful praise, with sacrifice, right? Releasing it to you. What I have vowed, I will say. Salvation comes from the Lord. He's like, I had to make the decision to let go. Which is a reminder to us that what we feel like holding on to might be actually holding us back. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I don't think that it's a bad thing that Jonah loved his people. I don't think it was a bad thing that Jonah had some personal perspective and preferences in life. But he turned good things into God. They took the place of God in his life. That's what an idol does. And when we decide to hold on to an idol, it holds us back from the life that God wants us to experience. We have to release it to experience it. In our household, our dog is not very good at playing catch. I have a chocolate lab, okay? A Labrador retriever. Okay, he's supposed to bring it back to you. So you throw the ball, and he goes and he gets it, and he brings it back to you. He's really good at that. But he won't let it go. He's very cute, not very smart. And so you say, release, and he stares at you. Drop it, and he stares at you. Give it to me. He stares at you. You go and get his toy bin, and you bring it over, and you grab another toy. He drops it immediately. And you throw that second toy, and he goes and gets it. He brings it back, and he won't do it. Pick up the third toy, he'll drop it, right? And you just play that game. Maybe I'm the dumb one. But anyway, right, like he's getting all the toys. But what I want for him is this game of catch. If you'll just release it, we can do this a lot faster, and it'll be really good. I feel like that's kind of how God is with us. I know that the world is out there throwing something and telling you to chase it. Go after it. Fame, money, sex, power, influence, whatever it is. They're saying chase, 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 chase. He's like, those are all okay, good things in the right context. But when you won't let them go, for me, man, they're an idol. And you miss the purpose of life, and you miss the grace of God, and you miss the peace, and you miss the satisfaction that comes in a relationship with me, and that's the only thing that can bring it. And so what you feel like holding on to might actually be holding you back. It might be holding you back from the life that I want you to live.